Chapter 41 Night Exploration of Baiyun Peak. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In a blink of an eye, 5 days passed. Lin Bai took the elixir left by Ji Bei and the injury healed within 5 days, and Su Rui has not been back since the battle that day. In the past 5 days, many new kings have appeared among the new disciples of Lingjian sect. Now, almost all the elders who have recruited disciples from various cities have returned. The number of new disciples has reached 900. Among these 900 people, there are 9 new kings recognized by all the new disciples. One of the newcomers is Lin Bai. However, these warriors also know that the current title of newcomer king is only temporary. The first place in the trial 2 days later will be the real newcomer king. Late at night, Shaolong and Tiedan both fell asleep first. Lin Bai left the courtyard quietly and walked quickly through the courtyard of newcomers and disciples. Soon, Lin Bai walked out of the newcomers' courtyard and came to the barren mountains. Baiyun Peak. Standing at the foot of the mountain, Lin Bai looked at the huge mountain peak in front of him. There were several palace-like buildings with lights inside. Third uncle asked me to worship Ling Tianzi, but I have never met this person. I will go meet him today and see how good he is. Lin Bai grinned and quietly ran up to Baiyun Peak. Lin Bai did not walk up the stone path, but ran to the top of the mountain from a remote road in the forest. Master, someone is coming up. Do you want me to drive him down the mountain? Just as Lin Bai was quietly walking up the mountain, a man with a feminine face, more beautiful than a woman, walked into a palace. In this palace, a middle-aged man with a long leather shawl and thick eyebrows was sitting under the light, looking at the book in his hand with relish. No, let him play by himself. The middle-aged man said casually. On the top of the mountain, there are several huge palaces. Lin Bai entered one of them and found that it was filled with books. This is actually a book palace. Lin Bai curiously walked to the bookshelf and picked up a book. 100 Flowers and Different Herbs. This book records many strange spiritual flowers and herbs from ancient times. After watching it for a while, although Lin Bai was fascinated, Lin Bai was not obsessed. Afterwards, Lin Bai picked up another book. Ancient Chronicles of the Earth. This book tells about ancient maps. Lin Baizi looked at it carefully. Master, he is reading in the library. This feminine man said. It looks like he is a swordsman disciple. Show him the Thunder Jew sword intention. The middle-aged man looked at the book in his hand and said casually. Yes, the feminine man responded, turned around and walked out of the palace. In the study hall, Lin Bai carefully read Mangu's map and was shocked. It turns out that Mangu is divided into 5 continents, and each state is divided into 9,000 domains. And my current position belongs to the territory of all nations within Dongzhou. And the Shenwu Kingdom is just a small country on the far eastern border of the 10,000 Kingdoms territory. This world is too big, too majestic. I must leave Shenwu Kingdom to see the outside world. Lin Bai said enthusiastically. When Lin Bai put down Ancient Chronicles of the Ancient World, he suddenly saw a scroll called The Intent of the Thunder Jew Sword on the bookshelf. What's this? Lin Bai picked up the scroll curiously and opened it casually. The scroll was open for a moment, and suddenly a thunder sword was thrust out from the scroll, hitting Lin Bai directly in the face. Not good. In this thunder sword, the terrifying power made Lin Bai's hair stand up and his whole body became cold. It was as if this sword had chopped off his soul in that instant. Snapped. Lin Bai was frightened. His hand slipped and the scroll fell to the ground with a crisp sound. Lin Bai was so frightened that he sat down on the ground, his whole body soaked in cold sweat. Is it an illusion? Then why do I feel that this sword is so real? Lin Bai slowly picked up the scroll again and looked at it intently. In the painting, there is a man with his back turned to him, holding a sharp sword, standing among thousands of thunders. When Lin Bai looked at the man in the painting attentively, the thunder in this picture seemed to come alive. They all danced on the scroll, rushed out, and headed straight for Lin Bai. Snapped. Seeing the thunder rushing out, the destructive power made Lin Bai's soul tremble. As soon as his hand was loosened, the scroll fell to the ground again. Lin Bai hurriedly ran out of the study hall. He ran down Baiyun Peak without looking back. After Lin Bai left, a middle-aged man came to the book hall with a feminine man. The feminine man smiled and said, Not bad, I actually lasted 3 breaths. It's indeed not bad. The middle-aged man also smiled. But the martial spirit is too bad. It's a second-grade yellow level, so it's useless. The middle-aged man shook his head and smiled. Upon hearing this, the feminine man said, "Master, I thought you wanted to accept him as your disciple before letting him go to Baiyun Peak. Since you don't like his martial spirit, why did you let him go? Don't you think our Baiyun Peak is deserted since no one has been here for a long time?" The middle-aged man said with a smile. "If he comes again in the future, you don't have to worry about it and let him play." The middle-aged man shook his head and returned to his palace. Returned to the newcomer's courtyard. Lin Bai was sweating profusely, sitting on the bed as if he had woken up from a nightmare. Until now, Lin Bai could not forget the lightning sword that rushed out when he opened the scroll just now. The thousands of thunders on the scroll, and the majestic back standing among the thunders. "What kind of painting is this?" Lin Bai gasped and said in horror. All night long, Lin Bai was thinking about that painting in his mind. After a night of silence, Lin Bai was tortured by that painting all night long. During the day of the next day, Shaolong and Tiedan went out to play together. At dusk, the two came back and brought back some news. For example, the 10th Rookie King has appeared in the Rookie Academy. Some people said that Lin Bai must be killed during the trial. Some people say that they must defeat all the newcomer kings in the trial. Anyway, the current newcomer academy is a sea of fire, and all the newcomer disciples want to stand out, and their eyes were focused on the trial with only 2 days left. Had dinner. Lin Bai was sleeping on the bed, thinking about the painting all the time. "No, I still have to go take a look." Lin Bai got up from the bed and headed straight to Baiyun Peak. "Master, he's here again." The feminine man reported. This middle-aged man is the master of Baiyun Peak, the master that Lin Yu wants Lin Bai to worship, Emperor Ling. "Where did he go?" Ling Tianzi asked. "I went to the study hall without looking back." The feminine man said with a smile. This feminine man is one of Ling Tianzi's disciples, named Li Shanqing. Chapter 42 First Level Sword Intent. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Come to the book hall. Lin Bai went straight to the bookshelf from yesterday and found the intention of Lei Juejian. "I would like to see how evil it is." Lin Bai directly opened the intention of Lei Ju's sword. The Thunder God's sword rushed out first. This time, Lin Bai did not dodge and let the Thunder Light Divine sword rush directly into his body. Then, the scroll opened, revealing a man standing in the midst of thunder. Lin Bai looked at this picture. In a short while, thousands of thunderbolts were like dragons crawling out of hell, engulfing Lin Bai. A terrifying force overwhelmed Lin Bai. Watching thousands of thunders rush out, Lin Bai trembled all over, but said firmly, "Are you here to kill me, or are you here to worship me? Come to kill me, or come to worship me." After Lin Bai said this, the thunderbolts that were thrown out by the fierce god trembled slightly, and actually shrank into the scroll brush. The moment Lei left, the scene in front of Lin Bai changed. At this moment, he is no longer in Baiyunfeng study hall. To be precise, his intention is no longer in the book palace. In front of us is a dark world covered with dark clouds. And Lin Bai stood in the center of this world, with thousands of thunders flashing around him, and he is like the king of this world, worshipped by thousands of thunders. He actually understood it. Li Shanqing said in surprise. Hearing this, Ling Tianzi put down the book in his hand with great interest and said with a smile, "It's interesting. This is the first young man I have seen in so many years who is so talented in swordsmanship." "Master, he must have understood the meaning of the sword," Li Shanqing said in surprise. "Probably not." Ling Tianzi shook his head and continued reading. Sword intention is the will of martial arts. The martial arts will that a swordsman understands is called sword intention. The martial arts will that a swordsman understands is called sword intention. The martial arts will that a boxer understands is called boxing intention. Martial arts will is also divided into levels, divided into 9 levels. Once you understand the meaning of the sword, you can call it sword cultivation. The cultivation of martial arts will is extremely difficult. It requires warriors to comprehend and make breakthroughs in the world and in the various situations of life. This is far more difficult than martial arts cultivation. But a warrior with martial arts will is basically invincible in the same realm if he shows martial arts will. Lin Bai stood in the dark space and looked at Lei Shanqing. Thunder sparkled in his eyes, as if the world was in his eyes. "I see. It turns out that all fear comes from the heart. When Lin Bai first arrived here on the first night and discovered Lei Juejian's intentions, Lin Bai was afraid of that thunder sword and the thousands of thunders, but when Lin Bai arrived today, he was not afraid at all. The thunder crushed his fear, he still defeated the thunder. No one in the world can beat me except myself. I am invincible. Lin Bai glanced at it, and the thousands of thunders in front of him shattered with fear. From Lin Bai's body, a monstrous sword force emitted, suppressing it and crushing the sky. Buzz. Lin Bai's words "I am invincible" immediately shattered the dark space in front of him. Wow. Picture palace. The scroll in his hand turned into ashes. Even though the scroll turned into ashes, Lin Bai's eyes were still flashing with lightning. Lin Bai slowly raised his hand. The ancient Chronicles of the Ancients on the bookshelf exploded into pieces, and the shredded paper condensed into the shape of a sword in Lin Bai's hand. Lin Bai slashed down. Go! A pillar not far away that required 3 people to hug was smashed into pieces. What power is this? It's actually possible to perform it without mobilizing the energy. Lin Bai said very curiously. Lin Bai didn't know yet, but he had just realized the meaning of the sword. Lin Bai smashed the huge pillar, and the entire study hall shook violently. No, it's going to collapse. Lin Bai took a look and saw that the pillar he hit happened to be the pillar. Depend on. Lin Bai cursed lowly and hurriedly ran out of the study hall. He looked back at the ruins of the study hall. Such a big movement would definitely alarm Ling Tianzi. Lin Bai hurriedly turned around and ran down Baiyun Peak. If Ling Tianzi knew about this and destroyed his study hall, he would not accept Lin Bai as his disciple. Oh my God, why did you destroy the study hall? Senior Ling Tianzi, it seems that I am the only one who can slowly admit my mistakes after becoming your disciple. Lin Bai stood at the foot of Baiyun Peak Mountain and said with a sad face. Lin Bai just left. Ling Tianzi and Li Shanqing appeared in front of the book hall. Not bad, he also knows how to look directly at his inner fears. If he doesn't dare to look directly at that thunder today, he will never realize the sword's intention. Although he has only realized a little bit in his heart, it is still a good start. Ling Tianzi smiled lightly. Master, he destroyed the library. How can you bear this? Li Shanqing said in surprise as he looked at the collapsed library behind him. How about you go down, catch him, and beat him up? Ling Tianzi looked at Li Shanqing and said with a smile. Forget it, you've endured it, what else can I do? Li Shanqing said with a frown. Reorganize the study hall. Ling Tianzi said casually. I knew I had to sort it out. Li Shanqing said without tears. Lin Bai left Baiyun Peak and returned to his residence. If I didn't have that thunderous sword intention, I wouldn't be able to understand this mysterious power at all. This picture belongs to Ling Tianzi. It seems that the path third uncle chose for me is right. Master Ling Tianzi, my disciple is here. Lin Bai happily fell on the bed and fell into a sweet sleep. Although Lin Bai didn't know the value of Lei Juejian's intention, he had a hunch that this thing was definitely not an ordinary thing. Since Ling Tianzi can have such a powerful picture, then he himself should be good at it. For 2 consecutive days, Lin Bai was comprehending the mysterious power. Lin Bai found that whenever he held the sword and exerted that mysterious power, the edge of the sword became extremely sharp. The sword technique, sword moves, and sword power are also 10 times more powerful than usual. This mysterious force is very powerful and can strengthen my sword moves and sword skills. Lin Bai was deeply surprised. That's fine. With this mysterious power, I will be more confident during the review 2 days later. Maybe we can get a higher ranking. Lin Bai was very surprised. For 2 consecutive days, Lin Bai stayed in the room, meditating on this mysterious power. In 2 days, Lin Bai still completely mastered it and reached a state of ease. Although Lin Bai didn't know what this mysterious power was, Lin Bai knew that it was definitely the benefit brought to him by the Thunder Sword intention. Lin Bai still doesn't know that the so-called mysterious power he calls is the will of martial arts that warriors always want to understand. For this, Lin Bai was even more grateful to Ling Tianzi. Chapter 43 The Review Test begins. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Time flies and 7 days have passed. Today is the time for newcomers to review. Only those who pass today's assessment can be considered an outer disciple of the Spirit Sword sect. Early in the morning, Qi Shaolong, Tiedan, and Lin Bai went to the square to gather. In more than a month, the elders who went to major cities to recruit disciples have all returned. A total of more than 700 new outer disciples were added to the Lingjian sect, but at least half of them have to be kicked out of this. Assessment. Today's assessment, you will inevitably die. Lin Bai just walked into the square. Su Shangjie, Su Rui, and several other young men with arrogant faces came to Lin Bai and said coldly. Su Shangjie had been paying attention to Lin Bai's movements, and when he saw Lin Bai, he came over immediately. Is he Lin Bai? It's this loser who said he would defeat senior brother Xiang Tianyi in 3 months. There is no need to take action against senior brother Tianyi. You will die in our hands today, in the assessment. It's still unclear who will live and who will die. Lin Bai said to Su Shangjie in a cold voice. Su Shangjie and Lin Bai's tit-for-tat confrontation immediately attracted the attention of many people. Look over there, the 5 new kings are meeting. Yes, the 5 newcomer kings, Su Shangjie, Moe, Long Yao, Bai Huatian, and Lin Bai. Except for Lin Bai, these 5 new kings have all joined the Divine Alliance. Looking at them, they seem to want to kill Lin Bai. Lin Bai is in danger. There are a total of 11 newcomer kings selected by the newcomer disciples. Lindbergh is one of them, but when he heard other disciples say this, Lin Bai knew that the 4 young men next to Su Shangjie were the other 4 newcomer kings. After a few words of ridicule, Su Shangjie and the other 4 walked away. Qi Shaolong patted Lin Bai on the shoulder and said, "Don't be afraid, let's go together. If they dare to come, we will fight them." Qi Shaolong stared fiercely at no one's back. I haven't paid much attention to the 5 of them yet. Lin Bai shook his head and said, after waiting for a long time, the new disciples came to the square one after another. An elder climbed onto the high platform. This elder Lin Bai was familiar with. He was Ji Bei, who had saved Lin Bai time and time again. Lin Bai had a strong impression of Ji Bei. If it weren't for Ji Bei, Lin Bai might have died in Xiang Tianyi's hands that day. Today is the review trial. The trial location is Qingyu Mountain. Monsters have been placed in the mountain. All outer disciples who kill monsters and obtain 10 tokens will pass the trial and become outer disciples upon their return. Of course, in order to stimulate your fighting spirit, we specially placed 4 Zhenwu realm monsters in Qingyu Mountain. The purple token is placed on the body of the true martial realm monster. 1 purple token is equal to 10 ordinary tokens. In the end, the one who has gained the most proficiency in tokens will be ranked first. Become the first, and the sect will reward you with a book of Xian-level martial arts. Disciples, please work hard. After listening to Ji Bei's introduction to the rules, there was a heated discussion in the venue. Will only the first place be rewarded with Xian-level martial arts? Lin Bai said in surprise. In general assessments, shouldn't the top 3 be rewarded? But this time in the Lingjian sect's assessment, only the first place was awarded. I have to decide on the first place. A very beautiful woman in the distance clenched her fists and said with a smile on her red lips when she heard Elder Ji Bei finish explaining the rules. This woman is also one of the new kings, but her identity is so great that the other new kings dare not provoke her. Her name is Ye Suxin. Now all disciples will follow me to Qingyu Mountain. Ji Bei shouted loudly and left the square with his disciples. Qingyu Mountain is next to the new people's courtyard, 3 miles away. Every year, new disciples will undergo a review at Qingyu Mountain. Lin Bai. When Lin Bai, Qi Shaolong and Tiedan walked towards Qingyu Mountain together, a deep male voice came. Li Jianxing. Lin Bai looked back and recognized this person. Lin Bai, you have to be careful. Su Shangjie has incited many people to kill you during the assessment. Besides, except for you and Ye Guxing, the 10 new kings have all joined the Divine Alliance. They are very difficult to mess with. You'd better avoid the edge for the time being. Li Jianxing came specially to tell Lin Bai the news. Su Shangjie actually instigated people to kill me. He wants to kill me, so why don't I want to kill him? Martial artist of the Divine Alliance, the Divine Alliance had better not mess with me, otherwise, I will make him pay the price with his blood. Lin Bai said coldly. Li Jianqing, thank you for telling me these things. Li Jianqing said apologetically, I'm sorry, my cultivation level is too low. I'm not even the newcomer king, so I can't help you. You just have to live a good life. It looks like many people will die in this assessment. Lin Bai said with a smile. Li Jianqing, Lin Bai and others came to the outside of Qingyu Valley together. Wait to die. Su Shangjie watched Lin Bai coming over, his eyes showing a sarcastic and proud sneer. Qingyu Mountain has been opened. Disciples, after this life and death, you will have destiny, wealth and honor in heaven. I hope you will take care of yourself. Ji Bei raised his arms and shouted, and all the disciples rushed up and entered Qingyu Mountain. Qingyu Mountain is 10 times larger than Tianyu Valley. In the mountains, the roads are paved with rocks and overgrown with weeds. Lin Bai, Qi Shaolong, and Tiedan just walked into the quiet mountain. A group of warriors walked out of the forest and surrounded the three of them. What do you want to do? Qi Shaolong roared. What are you doing? Of course I'm sending you to see the king of hell. Lin Bai, you dare to offend Mr. Su Shangjie and you deserve to die. Master Su has already said that if anyone can kill you, bring your head to him in exchange for 10,000 spiritual stones. Putting a reward to kill me? Lin Bai looked at this person in surprise. Yes, in this assessment, apart from the monsters, you are also the biggest prey of all the disciples. The man smiled coldly. Then you also want to kill me? Lin Bai sneered. Ha ha ha, I, Fang Mo, also want these 10,000 spiritual stones. Lin Bai, just wait for death. Brothers, don't hold back, Qingyu Mountain, kill them freely, kill them for me. Fang Mo roared, and more than 20 warriors behind him rushed towards Lin Bai. You are seeking death. Qi Shaolong roared first. Tiedan, come behind me. Qi Shaolong protected Tiedan, drew his sword, and started to fight back. Qi Shaolong, do you have to get together with Lin Bai? Fang Mo said angrily. Lin Bai is also my roommate after all. If you kill him in front of me, will Qi Shaolong still be able to hang out? Qi Shaolong grinned and roared. Hearing this, Lin Bai felt warm. Shaolong, you take Tiedan and go first. Lin Bai drew his sword and stood in front of Fang Mo. I can't kill these bastards by myself, so don't take action. Arrogant. Fang Mo was furious. After all, he was also the second most popular disciple among the new disciples this time, second only to the new king. Lin Bai actually despised him so much. Kill. Fang Mo roared angrily, and more than 20 warriors rushed forward, swallowing up Lin Bai in a flash of sword light and shadow. Break. With one slash of his sword, Lin Bai chopped up the attack of more than 20 people. P.S. Brothers, where are the recommended collections? Chapter 44 Bounty of 10,000 Heads. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With one slash of his sword, Lin Bai chopped up the attack of more than 20 people. Since you want to die, I will help you. Endless cold light emitted from the spirit-slaying sword, and Lin Bai rushed forward like a ghost, sweeping out with a sword, slashing out a crescent-like sword energy. The heads of several warriors who were attacking in front of him were chopped off with one sword. One sword spurts blood. Another sword strike, extremely cruel. You bastard, you are seeking death for anyone who dares to kill me. Fang Mo was furious when he saw Lin Bai killing more than a dozen people with one sword. Holding a short knife in his hand, he slashed at Lin Bai with a knife. The knife's blade was raging like the creation of the world. Little tricks. Seeing Fang Mo's fierce slash, Lin Bai sneered. A cold-blooded sword. The sword came out and hit Fang Mo's chest instantly, piercing and shattering his heart. How could your swordsmanship be so strong? Fang Mo fell to the ground, twitched a few times, and then died. Senior brother Fang Mo is dead. What should we do? Senior brother Fang Mo was killed by him, wouldn't we? Senior brother Lin Bai, don't kill me. I am willing to follow you forever and work as a horse for you. Yes, yes, senior brother Lin Bai, please let me go. He looked at the people in front of him kneeling down and begging for mercy. with pleading expressions on their faces. Lin Bai's heart softened and he said, "If you dare to appear in front of me again, I will definitely kill you." "Roll!" Lin Bai shouted coldly. "Yes, yes, senior brother Lin Bai, he is handsome and elegant. All the top 10 new kings will surrender under the sword of senior brother Lin Bai. That's right, senior brother Lin Bai is so handsome. Senior brother Lin Bai, I love you to death." Before leaving, a group of warriors did not forget to flatter Lin Bai. Then, these warriors quickly ran into the forest and disappeared without a trace. "You shouldn't let them go, they must have gone back to report the news. Feng Mo's eldest brother is one of the 10 new kings." Qi Shaolong originally thought that Lin Bai would kill them all directly, but he did not expect that Lin Bai actually let them go. When Lin Bai heard this, he felt a little regretful. "It doesn't matter. If you dare to provoke me, I will make sure they don't come back," Lin Bai said with an unkind expression. "Shaolong, Tiedan, I have been hunted down by Su Shangjie with a bounty on my head. If I go with you, I will harm you. Then let's separate for now," Lin Bai suggested. Although Qi Shaolong was somewhat unwilling to separate from Lin Bai, Tiedan's martial arts cultivation was very low, and Qi Shaolong had to protect Tiedan, so following Lin Bai would undoubtedly cause trouble. "Then you have to be more careful," Qi Shaolong reminded. "Brother Lin Bai, it doesn't matter if you can't beat him. When Tiedan becomes stronger, I will avenge you." Tiedan clenched his fists and said, in the past few days, Tiedan also saw that Huang level number 5 was bullied every day. If Lin Bai hadn't been strong enough, I'm afraid all Huang level number 5 people would have died. From that moment on, Tiedan was determined to become stronger. The same goes for Qi Shaolong. Qi Shaolong was always aggressive and strong. At home, Qi Shaolong was the strongest disciple, but when he came to Lingjian sect, he didn't even squeeze in the 10 new kings. This made Qi Shaolong feel frustrated and vowed to practice hard and become famous in the Lingjian sect. "Okay, take care. If you are in danger, you must escape. Come back and tell me, and I will help you get revenge," Lin Bai said with a smile. "Ha ha ha, it's good to rely on a new king. You don't have to be afraid of people when you go out." Qi Shaolong laughed enthusiastically. "Take care of yourself." The three of them said take care to each other. Lin Bai walked towards the east, while Qi Shaolong took Tiedan to the south. "Su Shangjie, if you dare to put a reward on my life, you must be dissatisfied that you have lived too long." Lin Bai became murderous and walked into the forest with a sharp sword. Just a few steps away, another group of warriors came out of the forest. When they saw Lin Bai, they were surprised at first, and then said ecstatically, "You are Lin Bai. Su Shangjie, Master Su, has offered a reward of 10,000 spirit stones to kill you. It seems that today I, Zhao Xuan, succeeded." Su Shangjie, a disciple of the Su family in the imperial capital, was wealthy and offered a reward of 10,000 spiritual stones for killing Lin Bai. "You can die if you want." Lin Bai raised his spirit-slaying sword and said with an unkind expression. "Ha ha, we have more than 20 warriors here. Do you think you can still escape?" Zhao Xuan laughed wildly and said, "Brothers, come on, chop off his head, and let's go find Su Shangjie to get the spirit stone." "Okay." The other warriors shouted in unison, showed their weapons, and charged at Lin Bai. "Call out." Seeing these people coming to kill, Lin Bai narrowed his eyes and revealed his murderous intent. The weeping blood sword technique crazily harvests souls. After a while, "Spare your life. Spare your life, Lin Bai." Zhao Xuan fell into a pool of blood with a look of horror on his face, and kept begging Lin Bai for mercy. "I won't kill you, but you go and bring a message to Su Shangjie." Lin Bai stared at Zhao Xuan with cold eyes and said, "Go tell Su Shangjie and ask him to wash his neck and wait. I will definitely come and take his head." Zhao Xuan panicked and said, Yes, I will definitely tell him, I will definitely tell him." "Roll!" Lin Bai roared angrily. Zhao Xuan hurriedly got up and rolled away from Lin Bai's sword. Lin Bai looked back and saw corpses all over the ground, with blood flowing like rivers. "Su Shangjie, wait for me, I will definitely come and kill you. At this moment, Lin Bai's murderous intention towards Su Shangjie aroused. Since this person offered a reward to kill him, how could Lin Bai be a person who could be beaten without fighting back? Since you want to kill me, I won't let you live for long. Lin Bai walked into the forest with murderous intent. In the quiet mountains, the roar of beasts shook the sky. More than 700 disciples are constantly looking for monsters and seizing tokens. Although Lin Bai had just made a move and killed warriors, there was not a single token in their storage space. These people actually wanted to kill Lin Bai from the beginning and get the 10,000 spirit stones. On the mountain to the east, Lin Bai killed a tiger that had been roaring for a long time with one sword. 10 tokens are enough. The assessment has been completed. Now it's time to settle the score with Su Shangjie. You want to kill me, how can I let you live for a long time? Lin Bai put away the 10th token, turned around and walked off the cliff. Lin Bai, you actually allowed me to meet you. God is so blessed by me. As soon as he came down the mountain, Lin Bai saw a young man at the 9th level of martial arts walking out of the forest. Humph, Lin Bai, do you want me to kill you? Or do you kneel down and wait for death? The young man shouted coldly. Lin Bai glanced at him sideways. You think you are a true martial artist? How dare you shout in front of me? Suffer death. Lin Bai's sword flew out and hit the man's chest. With one strike of the sword, the man was beaten until he vomited blood. Lin Bai, don't kill me, don't kill me. Seeing that Lin Bai's swordsmanship was so powerful, the man hurriedly begged for mercy. Tell me, where is Su Shangjie? Lin Bai asked. Chapter 45 Killing the True Martial Realm Monster. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Shangjie is besieging a monster beast in the true martial realm in the valley 1 mile away. This man made it clear to Lin Bai directly. Lin Bai looked back. 1 mile away, okay, Su Shangjie, I'm here. When Lin Bai relaxed, a sly sneer appeared in the man's eyes. He took out the hidden weapon from his arms and fired out. Ha ha ha, go to hell Lin Bai, 10,000 spirit stones are mine. Humph, do you really think you can hide these little tricks from me? Lin Bai suddenly turned around and cut off the hidden weapon with one sword. When the man saw the hidden weapon being blocked by Lin Bai, he suddenly looked panicked and just wanted to continue begging for mercy. Lin Bai decisively slashed down with his sword, killing the man with his sword. I didn't want to kill you, but you insisted on seeking death. Lin Bai sheathed his sword and ran quickly to the valley 1 mile away. Soon, Lin Bai came to the top of the valley. I saw more than 50 warriors in the valley, besieging a huge lizard. Earth Salamander King. When Lin Bai saw the lizard, it was all red, its eyes were angry, and its mouth was spitting fire. The flames and cultivation of the true martial realm burned a large area of warriors alive. Come on, whoever comes up, I will give you 100 spiritual stones. Give it all to me. Su Shangjie roared at the warrior beside him, I'll give you 100 spiritual stones. The Su family in the imperial capital is really rich and powerful. 100 spirit stones. Damn it, I'll fight for it. I'll try my best too, come on. Kill this lizard. More than 50 warriors took turns to besiege it. Although many warriors died, the lizard was also beaten with scars and blood flowed wildly. Ha ha ha, okay, leave the last blow to me. When Su Shangjie saw that the lizard was dying, he laughed wildly and pulled out a very beautiful sword from his waist. Second grade spiritual weapon. When Lin Bai saw the sword, his eyes suddenly became hot. A second grade spiritual weapon starts with a minimum of 10,000 spiritual stones. Lin Bai couldn't afford it himself. The purple token is mine. Su Shangjie rushed forward with a wild laugh. Purple tokens are equal to 10 ordinary tokens. Logically speaking, this is not very valuable, but Su Shangjie didn't think so. The purple token is in the hands of the true martial realm monster. If Su Shangjie kills the true martial realm monster at the 9th level of martial arts, he will definitely become famous in one battle and have a certain status in the outer sect. In fact, many warriors think so. Once you get the purple token, you will have a firm foothold in the outer sect of the Spirit Sword sect and have a certain status. Su Shangjie, I will accept this purple token for you first. Lin Bai suddenly took action and jumped out from the hillside. Dozens of sword energy flew out and hit Su Shangjie. Lin Bai, you are not dead. Su Shangjie was furious when he saw Lin Bai appear. He had offered a reward of 10,000 spirit stones to kill Lin Bai, but he hadn't killed him yet. Humph, I haven't sent you down to see the king of hell yet, how could I die? Lin Bai snorted coldly and rushed towards Su Shangjie unstoppably with his sword. Along the way, Lin Bai's murderous intention increased sharply, and his eyes were like swords, which made Su Shangjie feel cold all over. Whoever dares to kill Lin Bai, I will give you 10,000, no, 20,000 spiritual stones. 20,000. 20,000 spiritual stones for one head. Kill Lin Bai. Under heavy rewards, there must be brave men. When these people heard that they had 20,000 spiritual stones for killing Lin Bai, they immediately turned around and rushed towards Lin Bai. A group of people who are blinded by profit, can you kill me? Don't you have some idea in your heart? You must come and die. Lin Bai swiped his sword mercilessly and killed all the warriors who were attacking in front of him. Su Shangjie, come here and die. Lin Bai cleared up the trouble in a moment and rushed towards Su Shangjie. Su Shangjie had already fought against Lin Bai before, and he was no match for Lin Bai. Glancing at the Lizard King who had not yet been killed, Su Shangjie had a heartbroken look on his face. Lin Bai, I will come back to seek revenge on you. Lin Bai, just wait. Just because these ordinary warriors can't kill you, doesn't mean the new king can't kill you. After Su Shangjie finished speaking, he gave up the opportunity to kill the Lizard King and get the purple token. He turned around and ran out of the valley in the other direction. Although Su Shangjie couldn't beat Lin Bai, his speed was pretty good, and Lin Bai couldn't catch up. You can run fast, but without catching up with Su Shangjie, Lin Bai immediately turned around and returned to the valley. He saw the Lizard King madly spraying a stream of flames at Lin Bai. You evil beast, you still dare to scream. Lin Bai didn't want Su Shangjie to be so weak, so he killed the already scarred Lizard King with one strike, ending its painful cry. From under the Lizard King's huge body, Lin Bai found a purple token. Purple, so charming. Later, Lin Bai used the prison-suppressing technique of gods and demons to refine all the energy and blood of the Lizard King. Come on, I've already touched the barrier of the true martial realm. After Lin Bai absorbed the Lizard King's energy and blood, he said with great joy. The energy and blood of monsters in the true martial realm are indeed much stronger than those in the martial arts realm. If I kill all the 4 true martial realm monsters in this trial place, my cultivation should be able to break through to the true martial realm. Thinking of this, Lin Bai felt hot in his heart. These 4 monsters are mine. Lin Bai walked out firmly. But the monsters in the true martial realm are still very difficult to deal with. This Salamander King, if Su Shangjie hadn't sacrificed more than 100 lives to survive until the very end. It's still hard to kill. Lin Bai took a deep breath and galloped quickly through the forest. 3 hours passed. Suddenly, Lin Bai met a person in the forest. This man was covered in black robes, and his sharp eyes were as fierce as the eyes of an eagle. In his hand he held a sharp sword with blood still stained on it. Stop talking nonsense and take action. When Lin Bai saw this man, he knew in his heart that he was a master sent by Su Shangjie. The man looked at Lin Bai and frowned slightly at first. Then he saw that Lin Bai had pulled out the soul-decapitating sword in his hand. His eyes suddenly changed, and a trace of killing intent filled the air. Zheng. This man also drew his sharp sword and stabbed Lin Bai with his sword. The speed of this sword was extremely fast, almost beyond Lin Bai's expectation. Lin Bai's pupils dilated rapidly, and in an instant, the sword came directly in front of him. One sword spurts blood. Lin Bai made a backhand move and knocked the man flying away with his sword. The man was not upset and charged straight at Lin Bai again. The two of them went back and forth and fought for hundreds of rounds in the forest. After 100 rounds, Lin Bai and he were in a deadlock. 200 rounds later, it's still hard to separate. After 300 rounds, the two sides fought heartily. Oh my god, Lin Bai and Ye Suxin are fighting. The two rookie kings started fighting. It looks good now. Lin Bai and Ye Suxin are both masters with swords. Ye Suxin once killed 32 strong men with one sword. Lin Bai also defeated Su Shangjie with one sword. This is the strength of the new king. Chapter 46 The Skyswallowing Demonic Python. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Bai and Ye Guxing were in the forest, fighting each other back and forth. It turned out that Lin Bai couldn't win Ye Guxing in 1,000 rounds. After 1,000 rounds, both sides stopped and pushed away, taking a 1-point break. Lin Bai looked at Ye Guxing with slightly horrified eyes. This was the first master Lin Bai had met besides Lin Zier. It's such a pity that you are so skilled and you treat others like a dog. Lin Bai said to Ye Guxing with some regret. From the beginning, Lin Bai felt that Ye Guxing should be the master arranged by Su Shangjie, because along the way, the people who appeared in front of Lin Bai were usually here to kill him. Huh? Ye Guxing frowned. I do not understand what you are saying. Ye Guxing frowned and said in confusion. Ye Guxing's voice was extremely hoarse, with a chill in his words, like an aloof swordsman. Aren't you here to kill me? Lin Bai asked curiously. I was just passing by and saw you draw your sword, so I took action. Ye Guxing shook his head and said. Well. Lin Bai felt embarrassed for a while. The two fought for thousands of rounds, pressing each other hard. Only in the end did they realize that it was a misunderstanding. Huh, misunderstanding, I thought you were here to kill me. Lin Bai, may I ask your name? Lin Bai valued Ye Guxing very much, because this is the first strongest opponent Lin Bai has encountered since he first entered the world, besides Lin Zier. Ye Guxing. He said silently. Your swordsmanship is very strong. I hope there will be another chance to fight. Lin Bai said with a slight smile. You too. Ye Guxing was not good at talking to others, so he just said it lightly. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first. Ye Guxing put away his sword and left. Originally, he and Lin Bai had no life or death enmity. The two only fought together because of a misunderstanding. Now that the misunderstanding has been solved, Ye Guxing has also lost the meaning of fighting for his life. Ye Guxing turned around and left, and Lin Bai watched him leave. You've seen enough, get out when you've seen enough. After Lin Bai waited for Ye Guxing to leave, he said coldly to his back. Ha ha ha, I originally planned to wait until Ye Guxing and you were both injured in a fight, then I would come out and kill you. It's a pity that I didn't expect that Ye Guxing fought you for more than 1,000 rounds, and it was hard to tell the winner. From the jungle behind Lin Bai, a cold man slowly walked out. Lin Bai turned around and saw that this person was Moi, one of the 10 rookie kings who had appeared before the assessment. Moe, a new disciple, became famous after he came to Lingjian's sect and fought against 18 new disciples with one person. His prestige among new disciples is extremely high. Since Ye Guxing can't kill you, it seems that I am the only one to do it myself. It just so happens that I'm going to meet Su Shangjie and Miss Ye Suxin for a fight. I'll take your head to make a lucky draw. Moe smiled proudly, looking at Lin Bai as if he were looking at a dead person. Where is Su Shangjie? T-Online Novel www.23txt.xyz, Lin Bai asked with an unkind look. It's okay to tell you, you're going to die soon anyway. Miss Ye Suxin calls on all the new kings to gather at Shalipo to kill the monsters in the true martial realm together. I'm just going to take my turn. Moi said calmly. Who is Ye Suxin? Lin Bai asked. You don't even know Ye Suxin. The #1 newcomer king is recognized as the strongest among the newcomer disciples in this year. With the power of one person, he can fight against hundreds of people without losing. His strength is unparalleled in the outer sect. Moe mentioned Ye Suxin with admiration and excitement on his face. I don't know. Lin Bai shook his head and said. Forget it, it's rare for me to talk nonsense to you, so just wait for death. After Moi said that, he leaped up in the air and struck Lin Bai with a fierce palm. The power of a palm shook all directions and struck like a sky-shattering blast. You have brought me so much news, I can give you a happy one. Lin Bai suddenly drew his sword and flew away. Moe's move was a killing move, and he naturally wanted to get the 10,000 spirit stones that Su Shangjie offered as a reward. No, 20,000 spirit stones. Since the defeat in the canyon, Su Shangjie has raised his spiritual stones to as many as 20,000. The desire to kill Lin Bai could no longer be contained. I'm not a waste like Su Shangjie. If you want to kill me, I'm afraid you will have to practice for a few more years. Hailing Cloud Palm, Mo roared angrily. Is it? Lin Bai sneered disapprovingly. Kill one person in 10 steps. Lin Bai's steps changed rapidly, taking 10 steps in a row at a strange angle. He took 10 steps, leaving 10 blood-red figures on the ground. 10 steps later, 10 figures gathered together and stabbed out a sword, piercing Mo's throat with a diameter as wide as the sky. How can this be? Mo covered his throat and looked at Lin Bai in horror. After taking 2 steps back, he fell to the ground, his whole body lifeless. After picking up Mo's storage space, Lin Bai turned his head and looked to the southeast and said, 10 miles slope. Lin Bai flew straight towards the 10-mile slope. 10 miles of slope. Ye Suxin called on the new kings to gather together to kill the monsters in the true martial realm, but hundreds of warriors came. Follow me in, everyone. There is a heaven-swallowing demon python of the first level of Jinwu at the foot of this 10-mile slope. Be careful. But remember, don't kill the magic python. I will use my secret method to anger it. Ye Suxin said to several other newcomer king warriors and a group of ordinary warriors. Su Shangjie, Long Yao, take people out to guard the outside. No one is allowed to come near. Ye Suxin arranged. Don't worry, Miss Yi, even a fly won't be able to fly in while I'm here. Su Shangjie obeyed Ye Suxin's words. Not only Su Shangjie, but also several other newcomers Wang Wushu were usually very arrogant, but in front of Ye Suxin, they were very obedient. The origin of Ye Suxin is probably very great. You guys, follow me. Su Shangjie led more than 20 warriors out of Shalipo, looking eagerly ahead. The sky-swallowing demon python, come out and die. Ye Suxin roared on her delicate face when she saw that the arrangements had been made. Suddenly there was a tremor in the entire Shirley Slope, and terrifying cracks flew on the ground of Shirley Slope. The black magic python revealed its huge body from the ground. The sky-swallowing demon python was so huge that Ye Suxin and more than 200 warriors were like a few ants in front of him. The heaven-swallowing demonic python was suddenly awakened and became extremely angry. With a heavy flick of the steel-like tail, more than a dozen warriors were instantly reduced to meat pies on the spot. Roar! The sky-swallowing demon python roared angrily at Ye Suxin. This sky-swallowing demon python is at least twice as powerful as the Earth Salamander King just now. Everyone, make sure not to kill him. Ye Suxin reminded again. We understand, we will definitely not kill this sky-swallowing demon python. The warriors rushed forward and surrounded and killed the heaven-swallowing demonic python. Chapter 47 Enemy Ye Suxin. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. As soon as Lin Bai reached 10 miles away from the slope, he felt the ground shaking, almost knocking Lin Bai to the ground. Stabilizing his body, Lin Bai was shocked. It's such a heavy demonic energy. This demonic beast is at least 3 times more powerful than the Earth Salamander King. Although the Earth Salamander King is also a monster beast at the first level of Jinwu, but the monster beasts at the first level of Jinwu are also divided into 3, 6, or 9 levels. The Earth Salamander King has just entered the first level of the true martial realm, and the realm is not yet stable, and this sky-swallowing demonic python has been indulging in the first level of Jinwu for more than 10 years. It is already at the peak of the first level of Jinwu and almost became a monster of the second level of Jinwu. When he woke up with a start, the demonic aura covered the sky, and the demonic power was unparalleled. Su Shangjie was 10 miles away, feeling terrified and secretly happy. Fortunately, Ye Suxin asked me to come out and guard this place. Otherwise, how could I have a chance to survive under the sky-swallowing demon python? Su Shangjie and Long Yao both felt lucky, but the good times didn't last long. Su Shangjie looked forward intently, and saw a murderous man in white running towards him. Lin Bai, you're not dead yet. Su Shangjie looked at this man and immediately exclaimed. There is a reward of 20,000 spiritual stones, but no one can kill you. Su Shangjie said angrily. It's a pity, these people are just a bunch of losers and they are vulnerable. Su Shangjie, you rewarded me with 20,000 spiritual stones for killing me. I will end my relationship with you today. Lin Bai rushed towards Su Xiangjie with a sharp sword in hand. The cold light of the sword was threatening, and it went straight to Su Xiangjie's throat. Bold, you dare to be so presumptuous in front of me. Master Su, this is the Lin Bai who offended you. It seems that Master Su will give me 20,000 spiritual stones today. I'll kill you. Su Xiangjie's face was filled with shock and anger, while Long Yao, on the other hand, let out an angry roar and moved his energy towards Lin Bai. Su Xiangjie was full of fear towards Lin Bai, but when he heard Long Yao take action, he was immediately ecstatic. Lin Bai, you must die. Long Yao is one of the top 3 warriors among the new kings. You absolutely cannot be his opponent. Su Xiangjie was full of confidence in Long Yao. Long Yao, one of the 10 newcomer kings among the newcomer warriors, once on the 3rd day after coming to Lingjian sect, he single-handedly shocked a first-level true martial artist and became famous in one battle. Dragon Claw. The Dragon Demon's Claw is a martial art passed down from generation to generation within the Long Yao family. It is a first-class mystery and extremely powerful. With a grab and tear, a fierce demonic dragon with fangs and claws was vaguely revealed on Long Yao's arm. Cut. Without saying a word, Lin Bai slashed down with his sword, shattering the claw directly. Long Yao was knocked back 3 times, with a look of surprise on his face. It's so powerful, no wonder Mr. Su was suppressed and beaten by you, but no matter how powerful you are, you will still hate me when you see me. Excuse me, are you planning to kill me with your mouth? Lin Bai sneered and said sarcastically. You still dare to scream, you are seeking death. Long Yao was furious, and black smoke erupted from his body and enveloped him. Black smoke filled the sky, condensing into the shadow of a demonic dragon. The dragon demon is coming. Roar, with a heavy punch, the dragon with its fangs and claws swung towards Lin Bai and devoured him. The power that destroys the heaven and earth is almost ready to swallow the sky. Thunder sword. There was a flash of lightning, and a purple sword light descended from the sky and landed on the demon dragon. On the spot, the demon dragon was killed by Lin Bai with one sword. Before the sword light stopped, it cut the demon dragon in half from head to toe and then hit Long Yao's body. In an instant, Long Yao was cut in half and fell to the ground in a bloody state. Su Xiangjie was frightened to death when he saw Long Yao dying in battle. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Seeing Long Yao die in battle, Su Xiangjie immediately called the warriors around him to stop Lin Bai, but Lin Bai killed the dragon demon with one sword. The shock they faced was too great. They all looked at Lin Bai with their eyes wide open and their whole bodies trembling. Get out of here if you don't want to die, Lin Bai roared. Thank you for your life, hero. I'll leave right away. When these warriors heard that Lin Bai wanted to spare his life, they were overjoyed and rolled away from Shilipo. Although they wanted to curry favor with Ye Suxin, their lives were gone, and it was useless to curry favor with Ye Suxin. You bastards, you actually left me and ran away. When Su Xiangjie saw these warriors running away, he immediately shouted angrily. Lin Bai, just wait, I'll ask Miss Ye Suxin to kill you. Su Xiangjie saw that he could no longer stop Lin Bai and ran into Shilipli quickly. At this moment, the battle in Shilipo is almost over. After sacrificing more than 100 warriors, the heaven-swallowing demonic python was finally beaten to a bruised state, and fell to the ground, dying. Ye Suxin sat cross-legged on the head of the sky-swallowing demonic python, cut his fingers with a knife, and drew a strange symbol on the top of the sky-swallowing demonic python's head, and then the symbol glowed. The sky-swallowing demon python howled in pain. Then Ye Suxin started to drive the sky-swallowing demon python. The other warriors were standing aside to protect Ye Suxin. Miss Ye Suxin, Miss Ye Suxin. Su Xiangjie ran in a panic at this time. As a relatively powerful person among the newcomer king warriors, Bai Huatian has already been accepted as a warrior by the Divine Alliance. He has been protecting Ye Suxin's safety. When Bai Huatian saw Su Xiangjie running in, he immediately said, Su Xiangjie, why are you making such a fuss? If you interrupt Miss Ye Suxin's sacrifice, can you bear the responsibility? Ye Suxin was still offering sacrifices to the heaven-swallowing demonic python, but when he heard Su Xiangjie's voice, he asked curiously. Su Xiangjie, didn't I ask you to stop other warriors from entering 10 miles away? Why did you run in now? Ye Suxin said vaguely unhappy. Su Shangjie cried and cried, Miss Ye Suxin, originally I, Su Shangjie, had to obey the task assigned by you even if I die, but just now a man named Lin Bai suddenly came. I informed him that Miss Ye Suxin was inside and told him not to go in. But who would have thought that this person was so unreasonable that after killing Long Yao, he actually said, "What's wrong with Ye Suxin? Wait for me to go in and tear all her clothes to pieces, and rub her breasts and but so hard. It's so stupid. When she comes to the end of the world, she will surrender under my crotch." In fact, this was what Su Shangjie had in mind. Now, in order to force Ye Su to decide to kill Lin Bai, he said it out loud. Hearing this, the warriors surrounding Ye Suxin all took a breath. They all had a question in their minds. Didn't Lin Bai know Ye Suxin's identity? If he knew, would he still dare to say this? Hear this, Ye Suxin also showed a trace of anger on his face. Bai Huatian, Qi Ming, Long Ba, you go kill Lin Bai and throw your body into the mountains to feed the monsters, Ye Suxin said coldly. I will come find you after I finish cultivating the heaven-swallowing demonic python. Don't worry, Miss Ye Suxin, if Lin Bai dares to blaspheme you, I, Bai Huatian, will be the first to refuse. If the three of us join forces, even if Lin Bai has 3 heads and 6 arms, he can't escape death. Let's go kill this beast. Bai Huatian, of the same name, and Long Ba are both new kings, and their cultivation is at the peak of the 9th level of martial arts, which is very terrifying. Chapter 48 Kill all the heroes with one sword. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Damn it, he ran away again. When Lin Bai saw Su Shangjie running into Shalipo, he was so angry that his lungs almost exploded. Holding the sword, he immediately chased after him, but as soon as he took a few steps inside, he saw 3 men in white, leading a group of warriors, coming out of the house fiercely. The 3 of them looked at Lin Bai. Are you Lin Bai? The 3 asked. These 3 people are obviously Bai Huatian and Long Ba, who are equally famous. They are the last 3 newcomer kings in this recruitment. There are 10 newcomers in total: Su Shangjie, Bai Huatian, Long Ba, Long Yao, Qi Ming, Moe, Ye Guxing, Lin Bai, Ye Suxin, and Nanli Dao. Long Yao and Moe have been killed by Lin Bai. Ye Guxing and Nanli Dao were both Sanren and did not like to mix with these people. Except for Ye Suxin, who was still sacrificing the heaven-swallowing demonic python inside. The 3 people in front of him could be said to be the most powerful disciples in the entire trial. I am Lin Bai, who are you? Lin Bai asked. In Lin Bai's memory, there seemed to be no hatred towards these people. A dead man doesn't deserve to know our names. You too, let me kill him first. After saying that, Long Ba immediately swooped forward. Dragon Tyrant, the new warrior king, can't even break through ordinary first-grade spiritual weapons with a single sound of refining. On the 2nd day after entering the Lingjian sect, he was besieged by more than 100 warriors. He just didn't make a move and allowed these people to attack him until they were all tired and didn't even hurt Long Ba. Later, he was easily defeated by Long Ba, became famous in one battle, and was named the newcomer king. Lin Bai, give back my brother's life. Long Ba flew up and roared, baring his teeth and roaring. Who is your brother? Lin Bai asked. My brother, Long Yao. Long Ba said angrily. It turns out it's him. You are much better than your brother. But you are still no match for me. Retreat, otherwise I will send you to hell to reunite with your brother. Lin Bai said coldly. Ha, that's ridiculous. I'll give you 3 moves. If you can break through my defense with 3 moves, I'll give you my head as a chamber pot. Long Ba is very confident in his physical power. Standing in front of Lin Bai, he said provocatively. Good. Lin Bai sneered, and the spirit-slaying sword came out of his body in an instant. Kill 1 person in 10 steps. Lin Bai took 10 steps forward with his sword and took 10 steps. 10 blood shadows merged into Lin Bai's sword body and slashed out with 1 strike. The scarlet sword light went straight to Long Ba's neck. Puff. Long Ba's head was chopped off by Lin Bai with a sword. It seems that there is no need for 3 swords, 1 sword is enough. Lin Bai killed Long Ba and said coldly. Long Ba's head rolled down 10 meters away, and the expression on his face was still one of triumph. He might not know until his death that Lin Bai's swordsmanship was so strong. Dragon Tyrant. He underestimated the enemy. Bai Huatian and Qi Ming both felt chills in their hearts. I'll meet you. Qi Ming immediately rushed out and punched Lin Bai straight in the face without saying a word. With one punch, a pressure that shook the mountains gathered in front of Lin Bai. Sky-shattering fist. Boom. Qi Ming's punch is extremely powerful. This punch is good, but it's still not enough. Lin Bai slashed out with his sword at the same time and faced the attack. Qi Ming and Lin Bai clashed with each other with swords. On the spot, one of Lin Bai's arms was chopped off with a sword, and he retreated in a panic. How is this possible? Compared with the pain of breaking his arm, Qi Ming found it even more difficult to believe that he was defeated by Lin Bai with just one move. Growing up, Qi Ming was the genius in his family and was highly respected. All the masters in his family would be defeated if they couldn't pass 3 moves in his hands. When he arrived at Lingjian sect, Qi Ming fought against more than 100 warriors and was named the new king. He almost had a premonition that he would become famous in the Lingjian sect. But who would have thought that in Lin Bai's hands, he didn't even get past a single move. Qi Ming, stand down and let me come. When Bai Huatian saw Qi Ming deflated, he was immediately angry. He gathered his true energy, jumped into the air, and landed on Lin Bai's head with his foot. Shock mountain legs. This is a 2nd-grade Xian-level martial skill. At this moment, Bai Huatian used it and swept his leg over, which was enough to smash a 10,000-kilogram stone into pieces. The power is very terrifying. I'm looking for death. Lin Bai was angry, and the 2 men took turns playing, which made Lin Bai a little annoyed. In that case, you 2 come together. When Bai Huatian and Qi Ming heard this, their hearts were filled with rage. Lin Bai, I was just careless just now, and this palm of my hand will definitely take your life. Soul-moving palm. Qi Ming adjusted his mentality and immediately struck Lin Bai away with another palm strike. He cooperated with Bai Huatian, one in the sky and the other on the ground, to surround and kill Lin Bai. Lin Bai had no way out. Well done. Thunder sword. Seeing the 2 men attacking, a bolt of lightning flew out from Lin Bai's sword. The terrifying power of thunder immediately stirred up the situation. Puff, puff. After 2 crisp sounds, a blood mark was left on the throats of Bai Huatian and Qi Ming, and blood gushed out. How dare you kill us? We may be warriors of the Divine Alliance. Qi Ming said angrily before he died, glaring at Lin Bai. Lin Bai, just wait, Miss Ye Suxin and the Shenmeng will avenge us. Bai Huatian glared at Lin Bai resentfully and said. Watching Bai Huatian and Qi Ming die, Lin Bai said coldly, I advise the Divine Alliance not to mess with me. Otherwise, if you mess with me, the Divine Alliance will be destroyed. Su Shangjie, many people have died for you along the way. How can you escape this time? Lin Bai held his sword and rushed into the 10-mile slope. Rumble. Lin Bai's footsteps just moved. There was a sound of earth shaking and mountains shaking within 10 miles of the slope. What's going on? Lin Bai was surprised, stopped hurriedly, and looked around cautiously. At this time, a huge magic python, about a kilometer long, climbed down from the mountain. On the head of the demon python, stood a beautiful woman dressed in white with fairy-like eyes, and behind this beautiful woman, there was a person who was very familiar to Lin Bai. It was Su Shangjie who wanted to kill Lin Bai time and time again. Ye Suxin had just finished cultivating the heaven-swallowing demonic python and left Shalipo. After she came out, she lowered her head and saw the sword marks on the throats of Bai Huatian and Qi Ming on the ground, as well as the bodies of Long Bai in different places. His eyes suddenly turned cold. These 3 people are all warriors of the Divine Alliance, and they have been of great help to her along the way. Before Ye Suxin could even give them gifts, they died in Lin Bai's hands. Did you kill them? Ye Suxin stood on the head of the heaven-swallowing demon python and asked Lin Bai in a cold voice. When Ye Suxin opened his mouth, his words had a sharp and unkind tone. It was as if as soon as Lin Bai said yes, she would eat Lin Bai alive. Chapter 49 Ye Suxin's Power. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If Lin Bai didn't kill Su Shangjie, I don't know how much trouble this young master would cause Lin Bai in the future by relying on the spiritual stone in his hand. During this trial, Su Shangjie offered a reward of 20,000 spirit stones to kill Lin Bai. After leaving the trial, will Su Shangjie use more spiritual stones to offer a reward to kill Lin Bai? 30,000, 40,000, 100,000. As long as Su Shangjie gives enough money, any warrior in the Tianwu realm will be tempted. Normally, if Su Shangjie wanted to kill Lin Bai at all costs, he would simply spend 100,000 spirit stones to hire a warrior from the Tianwu realm to take action, and then Lin Bai would definitely die. Therefore, Lin Bai wanted to settle the grudge between him and Su Shangjie during the trial. Did you kill them? Ye Suxin stood on top of the sky-swallowing demon python and asked coldly. Lin Bai was shocked. This ferocious and vicious sky-devouring demon python was willing to be stepped on by a woman. This was not what a monster should do. Yes, but they wanted to kill me first, so I. Lin Bai said, but before Lin Bai finished speaking, Ye Suxin shook his head slightly and interrupted. I don't care why they want to kill you, and I don't care why you want to kill them. But if you kill my Divine Alliance warrior, you should pay the price. Did you know that on the first day when Bai Huatian, Long Ba, Long Yao, and Moi all came to Lingjian sect, they were accepted as elite disciples by the Divine Alliance and trained as elite disciples? You should pay the price for killing the elite warriors of our Divine Alliance. When Lin Bai heard this, he asked, may I ask what the price is? The price of life. Haven't you ever heard that killing someone requires a life? Ye Suxin said coldly. A murderer deserves a life. I said this when I was 3 years old. Don't you know that this is a world where the jungle prevails? If you kill someone to pay for it with your life, then even 100 of my lives won't be enough to repay you. It's not that I wanted to go on a killing spree, it was because they wanted to kill me, so I fought back. Don't try to scare me by bringing out the League of Gods here, I'm not afraid. Who do you think you are? Lin Bai retorted repeatedly. Ye Suxin's condescending words, like an emperor's words to an ant, made Lin Bai very unhappy. Me? I think an ant like you is not worthy of knowing my name. Ye Suxin said coldly and proudly. Lin Bai, you really scared the shit out of you. This girl Ye Suxin in front of you is the fiancée of the leader of the Divine Alliance and the young master of the Lingjian sect. Su Shangjie said to Lin Bai with a proud look on his face. In Su Shangjie's view, Ye Suxin was already angry. As long as Ye Suxin takes action, Lin Bai will definitely die. Lin Bai was shocked when he heard Ye Suxin's identity. No wonder Bai Huatian, Long Ba, Long Yao and other new king warriors would bow down to a woman. It turned out that there was an untouchable leader of the Divine Alliance behind her, the Spirit Sword sect. Young sect leader. Lin Bai, I have the sense to kneel down and beg for mercy. I can also beg Miss Ye Suxin to give you a whole corpse. Su Shangjie said coldly. What if I don't? Lin Bai held the spirit-slaying sword, raised his head proudly, and looked at Ye Suxin on top of the sky-devouring demon python. The two people's eyes met in mid-air, and a burst of sparks were immediately wiped out. The sky-swallowing demonic python, kill him. Hearing Lin Bai's words, Ye Suxin immediately lost his intention to get entangled with Lin Bai. He stepped on the sky-devouring demonic python and gave the order, roar. The originally very quiet sky-swallowing demonic python suddenly became manic after hearing Ye Suxin's order. It bared its teeth and opened its bloody mouth to devour Lin Bai in one gulp. Bang! Lin Bai ducked out of the way early, allowing the sky-swallowing demonic python to hit the ground and create a huge crater. The sky-swallowing demonic python missed its blow, and immediately raised its head and roared at Lin Bai. The snake's tail flicked hard and hit Lin Bai's body. Poof! Lin Bai was immediately knocked several hundred meters away and rolled on the ground 5 or 6 times. He vomited blood and stood up with his sword in his hand with a dejected expression. Lin Bai stood up and looked up at Ye Suxin. Ye Suxin said with contempt, Ant. One mouthful is an ant, so let me show you that I, an ant, can also eat an elephant. Lin Bai held his sword and rushed forward on the ground. It's ridiculous. Do you really think that you can become invincible just by killing Bai Huatian and others? In front of the sky-swallowing demonic python at the first level of the true martial realm, you are nothing but a waste and an ant. If they say they want you to die, you must die. Ye Suxin saw Lin Bai rushing over and scolded with an angry smile. Roar! The sky-swallowing demon python roared angrily, raised its huge head, opened its bloody mouth, and bit Lin Bai again. The sharp teeth exuded a cold light. To get this bite, Lin Bai must be bitten in half. Thunder sword! The sword swept away, and the thunderous sword light hit the face of the sky-devouring demonic python. He opened his bloody mouth and made a long sword mark. The sword mark was scorched black, and the lightning snake flashed. Immediately, the sky-swallowing demonic python let out a shrill scream, and its huge body fell to the ground, not getting up for a long time. One hit. When Lin Bai was about to take advantage of the victory and pursue the victory, the sky-swallowing demon python suddenly swept its tail, sweeping away all the trees, flowers and plants on the ground, and then struck Lin Bai with terrifying power. I will never fall in the same place twice. Lin Bai was well prepared and jumped up to avoid the blow. Jumping into the air, Lin Bai took advantage of the situation and punched the sky-swallowing demon python on the head. On Lin Bai's arm, golden light quickly condensed, and a power that destroyed the world quietly came out. The Dragon Emperor's divine dragon arm, facing the sky-swallowing demonic python, a first-level Zhenwu monster. Lin Bai had no choice but to take action with all his strength. The divine dragon arm is powerful enough to shake the heavens and the earth, and a single punch can shatter mountains and rivers. Bang! Lin Bai punched the heaven-swallowing demonic python in the face until it was bloody and bloody. How is this possible? How can you, with your 9th-level martial arts cultivation, be the opponent of a monster in the true martial realm? Ye Suxin looked at Lin Bai in disbelief. Except for the thunderous impact of the sky-swallowing demonic python before, in the subsequent fights, Lin Bai almost suppressed the sky-swallowing demonic python and fought again. Although I don't know what secret method you used to control the sky-swallowing demonic python, I can tell you that his lifespan is over. This sword will kill it. Lin Bai raised the spirit-slaying sword and brought it down. No. I got the sky-swallowing demonic python with great difficulty, and I must not let you destroy it easily. Ye Suxin slapped his chest with his delicate palm, opened his mouth and spat out a mouthful of blood, which was absorbed by the sky-swallowing demonic python. After absorbing Ye Suxin's blood, the sky-swallowing demonic python seemed to have rekindled its fighting spirit. It got up from the ground, turned around and galloped away thinking about the distance. Lin Bai, I will come back to seek revenge on you. Ye Suxin ordered the sky-devouring demon python to escape. Lin Bai couldn't stop the demonic beast from the true martial realm if it wanted to leave. After all, he was still a 9th-level martial artist. Mad. Just a little bit closer. Lin Bai was so angry that he slashed a 50-meter sword mark on the ground with his sword. Lin Bai was really unwilling, this time against the sky-swallowing demonic python. Lin Bai almost showed all his cards. He almost killed the sky-swallowing demonic python, but Ye Suxin still took him and escaped. Hundreds of miles away, Su Shangjie saw that the sky-swallowing demonic python was completely changed beyond recognition with a sword blow. The left half of its face had been completely beaten by Lin Bai, as if it had been hollowed out. When Su Shangjie saw it, he felt a chill all over his body. Ye Suxin touched the head of the heaven-swallowing demon python with heartache. Lin Bai, you killed my Divine Alliance warrior and injured my spiritual beast. If you don't take revenge, I, Ye Suxin, will never be a human being. In this trial, only one of you and I can escape alive. Ye Suxin said angrily. Su Shangjie asked, Miss Ye Suxin, what should we do now? Don't worry, there are 4 Zhenwu realm monsters in this Qinyu mountain. In addition to the one you killed and the sky-swallowing demonic python, there are 2 more. I will take the sky-swallowing demonic python to recover these 2 monsters. When I control the 3 monsters of the true martial realm, even if Lin Bai is a god descending to earth, he will die on the spot. Ye Suxin clenched his fists and said with great confidence. Good. Su Shangjie also clenched his fists to encourage himself, thinking that Lin Bai must be dead this time. When Ye Suxin comes back with 3 true martial realm monsters, the king's return will be unstoppable. Chapter 50 Tiedan and Shaolong are in trouble. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Unable to kill Su Shangjie, Lin Bai continued to search for the location of the Zhenwu realm monster in Qingyu Mountain. With my current strength, it should be easy to hunt down monsters at the first level of the true martial realm. But why have I been wandering around here for a long time, but I still haven't found a monster of the true martial realm? Lin Bai wandered around, seeing that the trial was about to end, but he didn't find a true martial beast. Forget it, let's go find Tiedan and Shaolong first. I don't know if they have enough tokens. Along the way, Lin Bai killed many people. At this moment, the tokens on his body reached a peak, actually amounting to 93 yuan, mainly because Su Shangjie offered a reward of 20,000 spiritual stones for Lin Bai's head. This was so attractive that many warriors took action when they met Lin Bai. Lin Bai counterattacked and killed them, and these tokens naturally fell into Lin Bai's hands. Call out --at this time, a sharp arrow struck through the air from the forest. Who? Lin Bai had quick hands and quick eyes. He grabbed the arrow with one claw of his backhand and looked coldly into the jungle. You can actually catch my arrow. No wonder Su Shangjie wants to offer a reward of 20,000 spiritual stones to kill you. But it doesn't matter, I will accept the 20,000 spirit stones. After this person said something coldly in the dark, he bent his bow and arrow, and fired, whoosh whoosh whoosh, 4 arrows appeared through the air and hit the ground like meteors. The arrows carried terrifying power, smashing all the big trees they passed along the way. Cut! Lin Bai drew out the spirit-slaying sword and swung it across, breaking all the arrows. I have long heard that there is a master of archery in this trial, named Lu Qing. It seems that he is this person. Humph, you came to provoke me because you didn't open your eyes. Lin Bai quickly rushed towards the forest where the arrows flew out. Lu Qing also became famous in the second trial. The most famous battle was when he fought with newcomer Wang Nanli Dao and almost killed Nanli Dao, become famous in one battle. Later in the trial, Lu Qing cleverly took advantage of the situation and hunted down warriors to get more tokens. Therefore, the tokens he has on him at this moment should be the most in the entire trial. Rushing into the forest, Lin Bai chopped the thorns in front of him with one sword, and a sword light rushed out, forcing the man who was hiding behind a big tree out. You were able to find my position. It's really amazing. It seems I can't kill you this time. I'll kill you again after I get first place in the trial and obtain Shen-level martial arts skills. Seeing that his position was exposed, Lu Qing said coldly, turned around and ran away. Lu Qing was originally a master of archery, and he was very afraid of close combat. You attacked me, do you want to run away now? Lin Bai rushed forward with his sword. Lin Bai, I advise you not to push yourself too far. If I don't kill you, you should kneel down and thank me. Lu Qing said coldly. Hee hee. Lin Bai seemed to have heard a big joke. Lu Qing was really crazy. Knowing that Lin Bai was discovered and not killing Lin Bai's opponent, he still pretended to let Lin Bai off on purpose. Brush. A ray of sword light struck Lu Qing in the back. You dare to kill me? I am a warrior of the Divine Alliance. If you kill me, you will be endlessly hunted by the Divine Alliance. Although Lu Qing was defeated, he still said arrogantly. If you know what's going on, cut off your head and give it to me. Noisy. I still killed a lot of warriors from the Divine Alliance, you are the only one. Lin Bai swung his sword and was about to chop off Lu Qing's head. Lu Qing's expression finally changed, and he said hurriedly, Lin Bai, don't kill me, I'll give you a piece of news in return for my life. What news can you tell me? Lin Bai asked curiously. Ye Suxin and Su Shangjie have captured your 2 good brothers and are waiting for you at Shalipo. If you don't go, they will be killed by Ye Suxin at the end of the trial. This news is enough to save my life. Lu Qing said coldly. Ye Suxin. If you dare to touch Tiedan and Shaolong, I will destroy your 9 tribes. When Lin Bai heard this, he became furious. Lin Bai could accept warriors fighting, but what Lin Bai couldn't accept the most was using his relatives and friends to threaten him. This has already touched Lin Bai's back scale. You can let me go now. Lin Bai, I hope you can survive Ye Suxin's hands after going to Shalipo. then your life will be mine. Lu Qin got up from the ground and said coldly. I really don't know who gave you the courage. You are so arrogant even though I have already subdued you. Lin Bai became angry and pierced Lu Qin's heart with his sword. You! How dare you kill me? I am a warrior of the Divine Alliance. Lu Qin looked at Lin Bai in disbelief until he died. Shen League, I said, don't mess with me, otherwise I will destroy the Shen League. Lin Bai drew out the sword blade, filled with enthusiasm, put away Lu Qin's storage bag, turned around, and headed straight for Shirley Slope. Su Shangjie, you beast, let me go. Let's have a fair fight. Why are you arresting us? Qi Shaolong and Tiedan were caught and tied together. Qi Shaolong looked furious, while Tiedan looked confused. What else could it be for? This idiot can't beat Lin Bai and wants to use us to blackmail Lin Bai. Qi Shaolong had already seen through Su Shangjie's conspiracy. Half an hour ago, Qi Shaolong and Tiedan had just killed 20 monsters and were about to leave the trial. Suddenly he was caught by Su Shangjie's disciple, Su Rui. Su Rui brought the two people to Su Shangjie, and Su Shangjie was extremely happy. Snapped. Snapped. Su Shangjie slapped Qi Shaolong on the face twice. Shut your stupid mouth, let you live now because Lin Bai hasn't come yet. When Lin Bai comes, you will be dead. I'm really curious, will Lin Bai come? Qi Shaolong and Tiedan stared at Su Shangjie angrily. Qi Shaolong laughed angrily and said, you should give up on this. Lin Bai, although we are roommates in the same house, our relationship is not good. He will not come to kill you just for the sake of the two of us. Your plan will definitely fail, Qi Shaolong said angrily. That's not necessarily true. Although Lin Bai has a very high level of cultivation, I can see that he is a person who values friendship. He will definitely come back. Su Shangjie said coldly. Brother, when Lin Bai comes later, we will first destroy his dantian, and then let me beat him up, and then cut him into pieces, otherwise it will be difficult to eliminate the hatred in my heart. Su Rui said with great anger. That day, Lin Bai expelled Su Rui from Huangzi No. 5, causing him to lose face in front of the newcomers. Su Rui vows to take revenge on Lin Bai. Okay. Let's chop off his head and use it as a chamber pot. Su Shangjie laughed wildly. Su Shangjie, Su Rui, you two bastards, let Shaolong and Tiedan go. At this time, an angry voice came from the forest in the distance, startling a flock of birds to fly into the sky.